Ladies and gentlemen, there are lots of different ways to achieve success, but I want to share with you in these few minutes together the number one way that I've become, at least to the degree of success that I currently have, and how I've been able to achieve that. And honestly, it comes down to one particular value. You see, I've been working with a company and we've been talking a lot about values and what our personal values are. And while there are several hundred different kinds of values you can have, for me, one of my top three values is this right here: hard work. Yes, that's true. Absolutely hard work. That's the one thing that I probably value almost more than anything in my life is the ability to work hard. Obviously, this idea of hard work was probably first instilled upon me by my parents, both of them very hard workers in life. In addition to that, I think as I was growing up, I was a track and cross country runner, and there were coaches in my life that really had a great influence and taught me how to work hard, because running is hard work. So for most of my life, hard work has been a big thing. And I would say that today it contributes to the success that I have. Now, I'm still working towards being successful. Don't think that I've made it, because I don't think there really is a thing called made it. But let me tell you that I've influenced over 22,000 people across this great nation and across the world through the work that I've done. In addition to that, I started the year off with 87 gigs already in the book. For some speakers and trainers, that's all they'll do the entire year. I'm just beginning the year with that already scheduled. What's interesting to me is when people talk about success, they think there's some kind of silver bullet. For example, when I first began this business, I joined the John Maxwell team because I needed the support, I needed the content, I needed the know-how of how to run a business in speaking and training. And I found a lot of wonderful, good people in the John Maxwell program. But I think the one thing that some of these people that I met lacked was this willingness to work hard. You see, the John Maxwell program provides all kinds of support and hours and hours and hours of calls on how to do the business. And some of my good friends were spending every bit of their time on these calls instead of actually doing the hard work. For me, I'd recognize that for me to grow my business, there's a few key pieces I needed to do at the very beginning. I had to hit the pavement, right? I had to get outside of the house and go and drop off literature and file packets and information to client after client after client. I tell you, 1, 2, sometimes 3 days a week, I'd hop in my car early in the morning and I wouldn't come back until late, and I would just drop off information from one place to the next to the next. In addition to that, I would contact people, cold call people every single day. I would also reach out to them via email. Sometimes upwards of 30 people every single day that I would reach out to, just trying to build this business. Once in a while, I'll have a speaker or an aspiring trainer come to me and say, "Jason, how do you do it?" And I just got to tell them, it's hard work, right? Right from the very beginning, I was pounding the pavement, while there were others that were doing the easier sort of things, like listening to the phone calls or posting on LinkedIn or trying to build their social network through their social media. For me, that's not what it took. And let me be super clear on this one thing. It's hard work, but not just hard work. It's hard work on the right things. I've met many of you that are watching this video right now, and you're hard workers. In fact, I would guess most, if not all, that are watching are hard workers. You're hardworking at stepping away from your work and going and jumping on the line because somebody needs your help and sweating it, right? Making sure that we're getting the work, products outside of the door. They're hardworking as you're covering a shift when somebody doesn't show up at the residential home, and you've got to get in there and you got to make sure that somebody's covering that shift. You're a hard worker in trying to, nail down all of your emails and complete all of your tasks on your to-do list, and that's hard work too. Yes, all these things are hard work. But is it hard work doing the right things? For me, when I first began the business, the hard work was hitting the pavement, right? Getting out, doing the cold calls, contacting people via email, dropping off literature at people's, like the actual businesses that I was interested in working with. That was the hard work in the beginning. And then I started doing more things, right? I needed to get my name out. I needed to get in front of audiences. So I applied to speak at every single Rotary group from this home, right where I live in Owatonna, Minnesota, within the next 150 miles. I would drive just over 2 hours to any Rotary group and go and deliver a 15 or 20 minute speech just to get my name out there, just to get the practice. That was the next stage of hard work. Today, what does hard work look like? Well, it looks like writing every single day. I just finished 4 different books, a whole leadership series. How did I get there? Writing every single day, right? For me, what else does hard work look like? It looks like curriculum development. It looks like reading. Gosh, I got to tell you, I would love to stop reading and just enjoy a novel, right? To get sucked into some great story, but I can't. Because hard work for me to build my business, it means that I've got to pull out those broccoli books, right? The books that are good for your mind, but nobody really likes. We're talking about the self-development, leadership kind of books, and I just read and read and read and read. It's developing content. It's looking at new and different kinds of ways to be able to share my message and share the ideas of people-centric leadership to a greater group of people, right? That's what hard work looks like to me. Would I prefer not to do cold calls? Absolutely. I hate cold calls. I don't know anybody that does. If you find somebody that does, maybe you need to enter them into drug rehab. It's not fun stuff. I always used to shake when I was stopping off at some new business or some new manufacturing plant trying to drop off some literature. It was not easy. Even now, like I said, would I like to stop reading books and go into something novel, look at a novel? Absolutely. I'd love to read a novel. Would I prefer to skip writing for some days? Absolutely. There's a lot of things that I do that I would prefer not to do, but I know that these are the right things that I have to do to become successful. So the magic formula, the one key I want to teach you today about how to become successful is A, to work hard, but B, to work hard doing the right things. What does this mean for you? I don't know. That's for you to figure out. I encourage you, I challenge you to be able to really think through what are the things that are most important for you. What are the things that are going to lead to the greatest degree of success for you? If you're a leader, I'm going to tell you right now, it's learning, right? You got to be a learning leader. You have to be the person that's trying new things, that's taking risks, that's risking failure, that's looking for new ways of doing things, of connecting with people, of listening more, right? You've got to be learning, and that could be through podcasts or through reading or videos, or there's a million different ways to learn. But I tell you right now, that's definitely got to be one of the things that you should be doing in regards to hard work. That, my friends, is the magic key success, at least according to my humble opinion, and how I've gotten to the place where I am now today. So I challenge you, should you choose to decide to accept it, to figure out what is it that you need to do to be able to become successful. And let's work tremendously hard each and every single day to achieve that.